Hello there, and welcome back. So, this is going to be a little weird video because I was browsing the PlayStation Store the other day on my PS5 and I came across this little game called ASMR Slicing. So, right away it looked like very reminiscent of the PS4 shovelware era when there was like a ton of like crappy shovelware PS4 games. I mean, not PS4 games, but just like low effort games. For example, click on a stone or something until it breaks, and you got like a I don't know a figurine or something, or like very low effort games with no real quality leveling or anything like that. And I think Sony like did something against them, like limited their discoverability. I think they delisted a lot of them and such. But yeah, so I looked at this and I also, when I saw that it's ASMR, like I never seen an ASMR game before, so I don't know, it just intrigued me. So I was like, fuck it. It was like $5, I think, and no, I think it's $6, but it was on a deal, and I think it was like 2.99 or something. And that's for the like complete version, which has like a few DLC knives and DLC levels, I think. And the base game is was like 199, I think. I'm not really sure, but yeah, the full price is 6 for the complete version with DLC and like 5, I think, for the base game. So anyway, I just bought it and I was like, okay, let's try this. So basically, you have like a set of knives and you cut these like shapes and figures made out of kinetic sand, I guess, and you unlock like different levels and different knives. And yeah, I mean, at least it has the basic game loop of a game, right? So you have levels, you have a currency that you unlock other knives. So I guess it's not quite shovelware, but I wouldn't call this anything but a low effort game because basically it's just the same action over and over again, and you can disable the challenge mode that I have enabled right now. I'm not sure it comes enabled by default or not, but basically the challenge mode gives you like these things. For example, cut off 3 pieces, or cut off an exact amount of pieces, or 3 equal pieces, something like that. So basically, you get a little challenge because otherwise you're just cutting like slices forever. And then you have the special levels, which, for example, in this case is like a cake or sushi or monuments made out of kinetic sand. And you basically have to cut them like on plates, for example, in the case of the sushi and cake, and you have to let the piece fall on the plate. And then we have this fortune cookie, which you break and you get uh, like this quote, right? Like a, I don't know, relaxing, inspiring quote, whatever. Which only happened to me once. I'm not sure what the requirement is for you to get a fortune cookie, but it happened that one time and I never got it again. And then when you cut stuff, you have these like animal figurines inside, which you get like confetti and like a sound celebrating you finding it. But I think they don't serve any purpose. I don't think they even give you more money at the end of the level, so I have no idea what they're used for. But yeah, that's basically the game. So you just slice, dice, turn on challenge mode if you want, and unlock a lot of knives. So yeah, it's not really a lot to do, but then again, I knew what I was getting into, right? So I just saw an ASMR game, which I never saw an ASMR game, especially on the PlayStation Store. So I was curious, and you see a lot of videos on Instagram or TikTok of people like just slicing stuff made out of kinetic sand, which I bet is much more satisfying in real life than just pressing X on the controller. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can use the joystick and push it up and down as your knife, right? Anyway, so yeah, I guess it does what it's supposed to. So I don't know, it makes the relaxing sound of kinetic sand, and you can cut them in like neat equal pieces if you wanted to make it like satisfying. However, it could also be like a psychopath, like I did in some levels, and cut them in like various non-equal parts and just annoy the hell out of somebody. that's very obsessed with these things. But yeah, it's not as bad as I thought, but still I don't know, I wouldn't recommend it or anything. It's just basically a waste of money. But it's a fun little thing, and I thought I would just record my thoughts on it. So yeah, not gonna lie, I thought I would just play this for 5 minutes and then uh, get out, right? But I don't know, I found myself just keep cutting, and after after a while, you just don't notice it, and I just finished all levels. And I got a platinum trophy, which is why I thought of the shovelware, because basically I got a platinum trophy in like 40 minutes. So yeah, I think if I had to choose, I think this game should have had just trophies, right? Like you can have like a gold trophy, a couple of silvers, and some bronze trophies. Because I don't think it deserves a platinum trophy, right? Like anything that's like under 1 hour, I think shouldn't get a platinum trophy. I mean, unless it's like the hardest thing in the world and it takes you like, I don't know, forever to complete, which would make it last more than an hour, obviously. So if you have like one trophy, right, but it takes you like forever to complete, it's not really a 1 hour trophy. For example, I played Resident Evil 2 recently, and the extra modes has like these extraction scenarios, right, where you play like NPCs that died in the main game in a like what if scenario, right? So you play all of them, and then the last one you unlock a survival mode where you have to survive in a gas station store for a while until you kill 100 zombies, and that shit was hard, right? So it technically takes you like 15 minutes to complete the level, right? But it took me over like a couple of days of trying. I'm not the best player, and I'm sure there's somebody out there that completes it in the first try. But yeah, this is definitely not that. You just keep slicing, and if you never get out of the menu or mess around with the knives, I think you can get this in half an hour, right? But yeah, I don't know, it's still funny. You have a lot of knives. You have like knives, you have a saw blade, a chainsaw. I think it has a couple of lightsabers. I'm not sure how they're dealing with the copyright there. I mean, you still have the like various types of knives, the credit card, dollar bill, and so on. And some of the knives have like their own sounds. For example, the dollar bill has a like cha-ching sound. The credit cards also, and then there's like a hand where it does like I don't know, like a mock karate sound when you chop stuff, and it's like the objects are screaming, right? So it's pretty funny. Not very relaxing, but pretty fun indeed. And yeah, can't deny that I basically just sit for 40 minutes and got this platinum, and then just uninstall it out of my PS5 because I don't know, there's nothing else to do. Like I guess you could play and replay all the levels to get like money, so you can unlock all the knives, right? But I just didn't. I played for a while after getting the platinum to get the lightsaber and I think the hand and a couple of funny blades just because I wanted to see the sounds. But it's not worth it, right? Or I mean, it could be. I don't know. Depends. It's a very casual game, and I've seen a lot of I don't know, even worse games on Android. So people like to waste time sometimes. So why not? I guess definitely beats the that one game where you click on an egg for forever until it pops and gives you like a dragon or whatever, and then you start clicking on another one. At least this has, I don't know, some reaction to your actions, right? So you're cutting this thing and it slices when you're telling it to do. You can stop and pause, right? So at least it's interactive a little bit, as opposed to just mindlessly clicking a button. Meh, I found it funny and I just thought I could share it with you guys. And I don't know, it's not that interesting, but hey, this is a weird little thing I found on PlayStation 5. And as I said, ever since the whole shovelware like uh, era back in the PlayStation 4, I think it was, I haven't seen a lot of these. I'm sure there's still some out there, but this caught my eye because it was labeled as ASMR, and I thought, I don't know, it's a curious little thing to check out. So yeah, it's not a bad game. The only negative thing is it crashes a lot. Like I've used it for less than an hour and it crashed like a couple of times. And I'm gonna try to show it here on screen. There's a level which I think was the last level before the platinum. So yeah, I don't know if that have anything to do about it. But there was a level that the object wouldn't stop, so we wouldn't register that the level ended. So I had to basically restart the game. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not well optimized for PlayStation 4, which is crazy to say, or PlayStation 5, because like it's not a resource heavy game, right? But I guess it has bugs and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little non-shovelware shovelware game we found here, and I'll catch you in my next one. See ya.